pre-kindergarten, we got these pockets our teacher made for us, and it was kind of like symbolizing the beginning of our experience here at Westtown.
I feel like we have like a lot of freedom in lower school, like in pre-kindergarten. I just remember playing constantly.
And I remember my first friend that I made he actually lives like 3 doors down the hall. His name's Max. And he came in with a dinosaur polo shirt on, and I thought he was the coolest kid ever because he had a dinosaur polo shirt.
And something I liked a lot about lower school is that we didn't get grades. So there's like a lot of like, you work really hard, but like you don't get like put in categories.
I don't know, it's just they teach you how to build relationships and how to keep those relationships strong, and I don't know, it made the transition easy. Even all the way up to high school, I still look back in lower school and what they taught me about relationships.
The cool thing for me in middle school was you finally got to start playing sports for Westtown, and to me that was just awesome, you know. I've always been a sports guy, you know. PE was my favorite class in lower school, and then PE in 6th grade was just preparing us for sports and playing sports and trying out different sports. And then finally we got to represent our school and do something and make our school proud for our athletic accomplishments, and that was awesome to me.
And we played sports for the first time in middle school. That's a big thing because it's definitely like a lot of mixing, and also a lot of kids find the sports that they tend to do in high school and middle school. So we got to try all the different sports out.
So like especially at lunch, like we had science team, we had to meet new people and like it was like a month of a table, and you had like a teacher and the kids from all sections. So like by the end of the year, you sat with like most of the kids in like 8th grade at lunch.
Yeah, I would say 8th grade definitely prepared you well for high school, at least in like time management. 8th grade is kind of the year where they kind of give you a little bit more freedom, but also add on a little bit more work, a little bit more responsibility.
A lot of like the last year is like they are prepping you for the like transition to the new division.
But Westtown also was really good about having sort of those random fun things that we do. We like, you know, when we went to Cape Henlopen or Camp Mason or the canoe trips,
awesome.
You get to do a lot of things that most people at other schools don't get to do. So you get really close to the people that you've known for so many years.
My experience with boarding has been awesome. That's when I'm gonna think back to my time here at Westtown. It's gonna be like focused in like the boarding and how that was, just because it's a completely different experience, and you're at Westtown all the time, and you're with all your friends, and you're with the kids who you've been with. You're living with them now, and you've been like me and Clay. We're living with each other. We've been friends since pre-K. It's just like kind of wraps everything together and puts the bow on top of the Westtown education, in my opinion. So.
I was kind of nervous for 4 days in Sun Dorm, and then after that I was like, this is the funnest thing ever. So then from freshman year, when I did days in Sun Dorm, up to my junior year, I was just excited.
Like you're part of a larger community. It's not like 9th graders only hang out with 9th graders, 10th graders only hang out with 10th graders. Like my freshman year, like I was immediately like, I had friends who were seniors. I had great friends who were juniors.
I feel like I also like know how to like live with people and work with people who
Yeah.
are used to living differently than me, which is useful for college.
So, because I mean, the community was so great, and the experience was so great, and the education was so great, and the people were really excellent. So, I mean, the 14 years were completely worth it.
favorite thing about Westtown is that this is just such like an amazing and close community, and I'm gonna be able to associate myself with that for the rest of my life. And like it's just the type of place that you'll never forget about. They'll never forget about you, and you're gonna be able to come back here like 50 years down the road and still be proud of the fact that you were able to go here.
Coming through in the future, you're gonna see some people from Westtown. You're gonna be like, oh, that connection's special, just because Westtown's such a special place.
I mean, being a lifer is just like it's a lifelong kind of accomplishment. I mean, anyone who graduates from Westtown is just a lifelong connection and bond that you get. But being a lifer is definitely special.
Yeah. All the teachers have invested so much time and effort into you, and it's now your turn to go out and take everything that they've taught you and bring it into the world.